The Affordable Care Act requires all employers with more than 50 full-time employees to offer health insurance or pay some pretty stiff penalties. That's a big problem for many small firms. Some have never offered health insurance, others don't feel they can handle the financial burden. So we see more and more small firms gravitating towards something called self-funding. Self-funding means that the small firm does not buy a policy from a large healthcare insurer and instead collects the premiums, sets up its own network, and administers its own healthcare plan. That's done by a lot of large companies, but when small companies do it, there's a lot of risk. They don't have a diversified employee base, and they don't have the financial resources if something goes wrong. And consider this. Suppose one employee gets an esoteric disease and it costs millions of dollars. That could put the small firm out of business. So small firms tend to buy something called stop-loss insurance. That means that if the medical claims exceed a specified amount in the policy, the excess is paid by the insurer and not by the small firm. The problem is that stop-loss insurers are very finicky. And if they get a large claim, they're very quick to cancel a policy or really jack up the rates. And that puts the small firm in a very difficult position. So, what can we do to remedy this problem? Well, the first thing would be if we could amend the Affordable Care Act to deal directly with self-funding. But that seems infeasible given the political deadlock in Washington. So instead, we turn to the states, which regulate insurance. We could say that the states must require stop-loss insurers to give at least 6 months' notice to small firms before they either cancel the insurance or raise the rates a lot. That would give the small business a better chance to make other arrangements. Alternatively, we could build up the special exchanges that have now started in many states geared to getting insurance policies for small business. So far, these special exchanges have not been very successful, and that's because they don't have the same sort of federal subsidies that are available on the individual exchanges in many states. So if we want small business to move away from self-funding and use these special exchanges for small firms, we need to provide more federal financial support for these special small business exchanges.